Good day, grade 11. Once again, I am your Miss Elaine, your general chemistry student teacher. Our topic for today are acids and bases. So, when you hear the word acid, what comes first to your mind? Okay, maybe scary, danger. The question is it true or not? Is it danger or not? Is it scary or not? Okay, acid and base are two classifications of chemical compound that opposite to each other when it comes to their properties. So let's talk about first what is an acid. Okay? So I have here a neutral atom or acid. Later on, I'm going to give you a theory about this why some proton donates and why some electron accept or nagdo-donate. Okay? But now let's give the definition of acid. So a substance that produces hydrogen ions or H plus or H plus 1 in water. So formula always has a hydrogen in its for formula and it is usually written first. Okay? Yung general reaction in water, it has something to do with Arrhenius and Lowry, okay, theory. Okay. Later on, I'm going to differentiate that. But for now, when we say acid, yung hydrogen is lagging. It is usually written first. So if you're going to see our example here, hydrochloric, so H2SO4, hydrogen always nasa unahan. Okay, how when we say acids? Acid comes from the Latin word acidus means sour. So one of the main properties of acid are sour. So they are all sour taste, okay? The more na mas maasim, the more na mas maasid siya. And the more na mas maasid, the more na mas delikado siya. Why? Why kaya? So we have here lemon, oranges, and grapes. How about bases? So bases, a substance that produces hydroxide ions or OH negative 1 in water. Okay, if you're going to differentiate between acid and bases, hydrogen always positive ha, while bases OH always negative. Okay, formula always has a metal and OH in its formula. So we have here and some example. We have a metal, a calcium and oxide, calcium and hydroxide, and sodium hydroxide, OH. So example of pieces here, we have soap and baking soda. So, ano yung napapansin nyo when it comes to soap? Di ba madulas? Actually, it has something to do with our fat. Ano ba? Sige, search nyo. What is the main reason why it is slippery pag hinahawakan natin siya when it comes to bases? Like with baking soda, I have noticed pagka nagbe-bake ako, slippery talaga siya. Madulas siya. Okay? So, how we are going to measure if one substance or material is acid or base. So we have here what we call indicators. So we have here a water-soluble mixture of different dyes extracted from lichens. So we have your litmus paper. Okay? The main use of litmus is to test whether a solution is acidic or basic. So when blue litmus turns red, it means acid. Always remember that. Acid, red. While base is red litmus turns blue. Pag base is blue. So, what is the pH scale? 'Di ba? Lagi niyong naano 'to, na, nakikita. Okay, pH scale. How about, um, some product like feminine wash? 'Di ba may mga pH scale 'yan? Okay. How about, those, facial cleanser or serum? So that's why we have to be very careful when buying some product, especially pag ina-apply natin sa mukha natin. Okay, that's why there's some pH level na halimbawa this skin product is good for oily faces, dry skin. So it also has something to do with pH scale. So what is pH? The pH scale, nag-range daw siya saan? From 0 to 14. pH is a measure of hydrogen ion concentration. It expresses the acidity or basicity of a solution. So enable for the pH to measure if it's acidic or basic because of hydrogen concentration. So between 0 to 6 means acidic and 8 to 14 means basic. So neutral is 7. Okay, but some book, 6.5 to 7.5. So, may mga point siya. How about in our body? Okay? Do you think, what is the role of acid in the stomach? So, what kind of acid is that? When we say acid in our stomach, in the stomach, okay, do you have any idea? So, pag sinisikmura tayo, usually, ano ba yung sinasabi nila? Oh, hyperacidity. Okay? May hyperacidity ka. Ganon, di ba? So, what kind of acids do we have in our stomach, in the stomach? So, that's what we call hydrochloric acid. Okay? Because stomach naturally produces hydrochloric acid. So, what is the function of hydrochloric acid? To help with our digestive or for our digestion. Because hydrochloric acid is in the gastric, nasa gastric juice siya. So, nagbe-breakdown siya it breaks down the food and the digestive enzymes. So, nag-split as siya to what? Para magkaroon ng, or maan natin ng protein. How about pagka nasobran sa acid? So, that's what we call hyperacidity. When you say hyper, it means mataas. Okay? Di ba nagkakaroon tayo ng heartburn? So usually, actually, na-diagnose din ako with GERD. It is GERD. So it means gastroesophageal reflux disease wherein yung sphincter ko is hindi na ganun ka-healthy. That's why yung acid is lumalabas na at umaakit na sa esophagus ko. So usually dapat ang ating hydrochloric acid is nag-stay lang siya saan? Sa stomach. Okay? So pagka umakyat na siya, it means there's something wrong. That's why some of with hyperacidity, umiinom sila 'di ba ng Carmel S, Buscopan Plus. Usually these are medicine for anti-acid. Ibig sabihin ini-neutralize niya yung acid na dapat or level na acid na meron lang tayo dapat sa ating stomach. So, what is the range na meron tayong acid sa ating stomach? Okay, we have a what? 2, between 2 to 5.5, okay, acidity na meron tayo lang dapat sa ating stomach. Now, let's proceed to the properties of these two. We have acid and bases. So, hindi ko na masyadong i-elaborate ito, but the main key here is when we say acid, always present sa hydrogen and it tastes sour. While bases, hydroxide, okay, laging si hydroxide. For instance, nagbigay ako ng example ng chemical formula. So, pag nakita nyo sa COH, it means bases. Pagka nasaunan si hydrogen, it means acid. Okay? Bases siya, bitter siya, while acid is sour. So again, when it comes to litmus, blue litmus paper, nagaano siya, nagiging red, while bases, blue. Okay? Yung pH level ng acid is less than 7. While bases, pH value greater than 7. So these are some example of acid and these are some example of bases. Always remember when we say acid, nasa unahan ang hydrogen. When we say bases, always may OH. Okay, remember that. So now, kanina ang sabi ko, we have some books about the theory of this acid and bases. So, theories about Arrhenium and Bronsted-Lowry. Okay? So, actually, when it comes to Rhenium, it says that the hydrogen ion is mas mataas. While kay bases, yung hydroxide niya is mas mataas. While kay Bronsted-Lowry, ang sinabi niya is ang proton daw is nagdodonate, nagbibigay. While kay bases naman siya is ang proton acceptor niya. Okay? Actually, there is some separate topic about that theory kasi mahaba talaga siya. Hindi natin siya may explain sa isang explain lang, okay? Kasi related siya is lots of chemical. For instance, when you say acid, it is when you're going to add these two, so nagkakaroon siya ng neutralization, okay? When you add acid and bases, nagkakaroon siya ng neutralization. And that's what we call, it becomes a salt plus water. Okay, marami siya. Okay? And nagkakaroon din siya ng what we call ionization and dissociation. So, let's have a summary here. So, when you say acid, what? Protons donor. Okay? Which contain hydrogen ions. Always remember when we say acid, hydrogen. While bases is hydroxide ions. Okay? So, yung electrons niya, donors, and protons niya is acceptor. Okay, when you're going to construct or when you are going to break down sa substance into smaller particles, yung atoms, ions, and molecules, so nagkakaroon siya ng dissociation sa bases niya. Okay? When we say ionization naman, yung atoms niya is nagkakaroon siya na always mapapansin niyo may positive siya, bawa H positive. Okay? Because nagkakaroon siya ng formation of ions. So when you say acid or sour, while bases bitter and or slippery, always remember acid, maasim. Bases, bitter and slippery. So sa pH level niya, when you say neutral, 7. Pagka letter less than naman is acidic. When greater than is basic. That's what I've said. So when acid and base are placed together, they react to neutralization. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng neutralization. Okay? Then yung acid and base properties producing a salt and water. Okay? So that's all for today, class. Once again, I am your student teacher, Miss Elaine. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.